Brown's Body Shop today here in Winchester, Tennessee. My very good friends own this place, and since we replaced the floor pan, it has to be sealed in. So of course Brandon is helping us seal this thing in to get it ready for interior next week. So we're getting closer and closer. Exciting. Oh no. Am I gonna get stopped? No? Oh. I guess I'm not gonna get stopped. Tomorrow we're headed to New York to take it to GCD Auto Studios to get its brand new interior. I'm very, very stoked. Thorogood is in and the leather is already at GCD Auto Studio, so we're gonna meet them there. If you see us on the road in New York from Tennessee, say hi. And if we need any help, I'll let you know. It's gonna be a long drive. I think it's like 14 hours. Okay, stay. Here, come up here. The FedEx lady, this girl scared the bejeebies out of her. Thought she was just a big old mean dog. She was a big old mean dog. And since she looks so mean, I got her a little tutu and some fairy wings, so everybody knows that Jessie girl is not a mean girl. She just wanted to say hi, and people, you know, just like her. We're just misunderstood creatures, aren't we? Come on, I'm gonna move the car and stay. Sit. Nope, she don't care. She don't care. Okay. Okay, now. This is what I love about auto dollies is they literally roll. These ones are amazing. They are probably, what is that, 3/16? Steel plate, and the wheels are cast iron, and then you let it down and it just sits on it. These things are king too for whenever I take cars to like trade shows or even in here cutting, like to be able to maneuver the car and flip it and do the other side is pretty nice. I'm literally no feet tall, so I can't, this little, I have no, you see this, what is it? Not laws of leverage. I was gonna say laws of attraction. That's not it, leverage. Whatever they taught you in math class, they didn't teach me because I was a little on the slower side. But I have no angle for leverage here, so I need a little extension, so I use my leg as an extension until I get it right in the right spot, and then we get it up. Ugh. Okay, one more. Okay. Ah. I like that they have stops on them too, so you can keep it from rolling out from underneath you. Okay. Oh yeah. Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Nice.
Okay. 2, 3.
Okay.
Okay. Okay, right there. That's probably good.
That's nice.
Cool. I like these things. Makes everything so much easier. Shout out Northern Tool. Thank you again for the auto dollies. These things are killer. I use them in all aspects of all walks of my career, from moving vehicles inside trade shows to moving big sculptures to air compressors. 2, 3. Yeah, baby! Except for those were piles of garbage, and that's why we got some new ones. These things rock. If you want to get you some, link is down in the caption, so make sure you go check that out and get you some. In the meantime, let's get on the road. We broke down in Winchester, Virginia. The fuel pump went out on my truck. And I did just put it in the shop to do an overhaul on it, just to make sure that it runs and drives great for the road. My biggest fear in the entire world is to break down on the side of the highway. As a former tow truck driver, but also as a person that's always had piece of garbage vehicles. So breaking down is like sent me into like a full panic attack. And then I called probably 10 tow companies, and everybody was either busy or not towing, which I think is interesting because I answered every single tow call that I've ever been called on. I called Cody's Auto here in Winchester, Virginia. He came right out. His tow truck was gangster. It's old, 6 shift, and hauled the Bel Air behind it, which was pretty interesting. Can you imagine me having a full-blown panic attack on the side of the highway, and then now somebody else has to tow this precious art piece behind a tow truck? I was not doing very well. We made it in one piece, and hopefully gonna be back on the road today. Oh my God, this long couple of days. You ready to rock and roll?
Ready.
Watch the truck starts. You ready? It was not doing that 2 days ago. Are you ready to rock and roll?
Let's do it.
Let's do it. We made it. We made it. Finally. Oh my God, I thought that was gonna take forever. Forever. Got it stopped for enough time to get me to unload it, you know? This place is amazing. I cannot wait to show y'all what this guy does. Like, incredible. Like, absolutely incredible. It feels very empty behind me. I don't think it hit me until we got home that I left it there. But it's in the trusted hands of my good friend Gilbert, aka Gil. Everybody knows him, loves him. His work is amazing. And to have his hands on this car is a miracle, you know. I made a phone call to him, and he was so gracious and kind and on board with the mission. I'm sure one day I'll be sending a kid his way to be learning his craft. I now have to wait. Just lots and lots of waiting. I'm so excited to see what he has in store for the build. I just told him full creative freedom. This is you and your craft. I want to showcase what you and your hands can do. They were kind of like spitballing and talking and like amongst each other about some ideas that they had for the car, and I am stoked. So stoked.
You want to see the leather?
Here's turning.
The leather was delivered to GCD Auto Studios. I'm super stoked. It's so beautiful too. It's like the way that it's gonna absorb life is like exactly how it's gonna absorb life in a work boot. This is Thoroughgood Boots. Donated all the leather for this car. This man is gonna work his magic. I'm so excited. Are you so excited?
I am. So you got to meet the people who are actually going to do the work. I don't
He tells people what to do. He points fingers. That's it.
It's like an orchestra.
They're all good. Thank you for being a part of this. GCD, Gil, thank you for being a part of this. This car means so much to me. Y'all know that. I'm actually very sad. I'm only going to have it for another 7 months. It's going to be a very sad day for me letting it go. So I hope whoever buys it loves it as much as I do, because you're bearing my soul in a vehicle. After we dropped the car off, I was still in like a weird little panic, like we gotta get home, we gotta get home, we gotta get home. When we got done, Ev, he was like, you know, you've always wanted to go to the Met, and the Met has been something that's been on my list for a very long time, since I was a small child. Van Gogh's in there, you know, Monet is in there. My middle name is Monet, so of course, like, art is birthed in me. And so Van Gogh's in there, Tiffany's in there. To be able to go see that stuff in real life and in person is a dream of mine, especially Van Gogh. And so he made the suggestion, you know, honey, we're only an hour away. When's the next time we're gonna have an opportunity to do this? And so we made the choice that, go ahead, I'll be done in a minute. Like, now is the time, we should go. We have a car, we can drive right into New York. It's only an hour away, let's just do it. And we've been both working so very hard on everything in life that we kind of was like, you know what, all right, let's do it. So we did. I told Evan he had to drive though, because my anxiety would not have been able to handle driving in New York, especially in my truck. And he handled it like a pro, drove through New York like it was no problem. We got an amazing hotel in the middle of Manhattan. The views, the people, just the street, the reflection of the noises off the building. It was very powerful and incredible. We did go visit a couple of really awesome pizza spots that Dave Portnoy has on One Bite. And let me tell you, those scores are point on. Lil Frankie's, it definitely is an 8.5, Dave, 100%. Also, if you want me on your podcast, I'm available anytime, okay? And then went to the Met. Inside the Met, if you know my backstory and where I came from and how I got here, going to New York, much less going to the Met, is not something that some people ever do in their entire lifetime. Being on the steps to walking in the door was so overwhelmingly emotional for me that I actually cried the entire time I was at the Met. Like, I could not help it. Like, it was just, the little girl in me, like, couldn't believe that I was there. Like, literally could not believe I was there. Like, I had to pause for a minute and just, like, calm down, because I just couldn't believe I was there. And then finally we got to Tiffany, Louis Comfort Tiffany's work, which I knew was in the building, and man, just like overwhelming with emotions to be that close to some of his famous, like the most famous work that he's ever created. On top of that, what the women of Louis Comfort Tiffany's glass has created as well. There was a beautiful window created by them, the women, and then of course his rivals were in the building too. And so seeing that glass compared to his glass, like the techniques are so similar. I got yelled at like 4 times for being too close to the art, but then like me and homie that yelled at me became friends by the time we were done. I was actually just looking underneath, like I was underneath this Tiffany lamp, just like looking at how they built it in sections, you know. I noticed that there's like LED every quarter panel of a lampshade, and I was underneath it, and of course got yelled at, you're too close. And I was like, man, he's mean. And Evan was like, I mean, you're next to $1 million piece of art. What do you expect him to do? And I was like, let me look at it. But it ended up being fine. Got to see the back side of a Tiffany window. To be able to see the magic that's behind that front window was like, it blew my mind, and will be 100% using some of those techniques in my work going forward as far as glass, because like, you know, I really feel like this next chapter for my life is going to be more glass influenced versus so much like of these big heavy metal sculptures. I think I'm in this phase of my life where am kind of learning how to use glass hands instead of metal hands all the time. And if you understand what that means, you understand what that means. There's one artist that deeply, deeply affects me. And I think a lot of people know Van Gogh's work because of a trend. He's very trendy in a sense, but it is not about a trend for me. Van Gogh, I feel very deeply like connected to, almost like as if we're the same person in a sense, like looking at his work and how misunderstood he was as an artist in his time. Sometimes I resonate a lot with that. I mean, you see what I do in cars, and what I do in general is usually never received well, or sometimes, you know, people always have something to say. And so I feel like I resonate with that a lot, of just like people understanding me, my art, and my soul, and how I leave that to the world. And so I'm looking at his paintings, and there's one that I missed, and it's like kind of offset from where everything is on the wall. And Evan tapped me on the shoulder and he said, "Have you seen this?" and pulled me around the corner, and it was Van Gogh's self-portrait, which is, of course, I had been crying the whole time, and then the second I saw it, I just became so immersed and like mesmerized by just him, and I felt like I was looking at him and he was looking at me, and like the brushstrokes on his face too, like you could feel the sadness and that he carries in his life through that painting. And like I said, being very misunderstood, you can see that in his eyes in this painting, which moved me so much. And like, I don't know how people see this stuff and aren't moved by this. Like, he just wanted to be loved so bad and wanted to feel love so bad that it drove him mad, and nothing more relatable than that, especially as a person that's been there. So the Met was very, very, very powerful. And then weirdly, accidentally ended up in Washington Square, and my favorite film is August Rush, and so to be where Robin Williams was for this film was also pretty powerful. So let's just say the electric energy that New York gives as an artist and a creative is 100% there, and brought it right home with me to Tennessee. Also, the truck made it back just fine, which was nice. Foundation things are moving really nicely. I've been having kids come over here and take classes, which has been really awesome. We're still working and moving on the art program at the school. If you want to be involved, we still need walls. So just let me know. Email me. It's going to be down here in the caption, and we can make some things happen for some really incredible kids and their families. If you are interested in being a part of the Bel Air build, we've got some really awesome things shaking up and moving on the outside. So that's it. I guess now I just wait a month until the car comes back. I'm very excited to show you all though. After it comes back, if you're in Nashville or around Nashville, Meekum's gonna be in Nashville, and the car and Derek and I will be there. So make sure you stay tuned for that. And in the meantime, I'm gonna just be working on this glass project. So wish me luck. Never built a glass chandelier before. I'm definitely diving off the deep end for this one. Do I feel like I'm capable? Absolutely. Have I ever done it before? No. Am I scared? Yes. But we have glass hands, and we're gonna use our glass hands. So use your glass hands, everybody. Life isn't that serious. I've learned to lighten up a little bit, and I hope you do too. Sometimes when you break down, it's not always a bad thing. Can lead to some really great memories and opportunities and a chance to go see New York City. And that's exactly what happened. So that's it. See y'all around.